Hello, overseers. This is Miss XY, the King of Data. We're continuing where we left off, with Ash about to catch Caterpie. So on. Ash is excited to catch Butterfree, because so on. He remembers his dad's Butterfree that helped him out in 2 gyms. Hadn't hanged out with him a lot. Now it's time to catch him. He throws the Pokeball, hoping to catch it quickly. Going in there, he gets excited each time, hoping to win and get another Pokemon someday too. Caterpie is shaking, and then he's caught. Caterpie is excited to meet Ash, so on seeing how he has a good heart, and waits patiently for him to grow and get stronger. Pikachu and him talk too. Ash sets up his camping tent he got from his dad. And so on they have that same kind of talk with Pikachu and Caterpie, then going back into the camping tent. Ash meets Weedle, hurt and bleeding, wondering how it happened. He checks on it and was worried about it, like cutting its sand, asking how this happened. Then a wild Pidgeotto appears and was about to attack them. Pikachu tries his red lightning shock, but it didn't work. It's causing some damage. But Pidgeotto's sheer willpower, pride, gets in and somehow is winning. So because of this, Pikachu's gonna attack with Sand Attack. Then mud is thrown in Pikachu's eyes. He can't see anything. Then, Ash and Caterpie, after getting him safely out of there by dodging like he was a martial artist, grabbing Pikachu like in those movies you see. Ash sends out Caterpie, and Caterpie is worried about losing, but now sees that Ash is hurt, almost, and so when Pikachu believed in him, her, so when it's time to battle. Caterpie then uses a string shot. Then, Pidgeotto breaks out the string after him. No, Caterpie keeps attacking and attackable. Then, a Pokeball hits out someone when Ash was about to catch it. And so on, he's safe. So on, you're wondering who it is. It was Gary. Ash then complains that he could have caught that Pidgeotto to help his team. But Gary says he might have died if he didn't help. So he's going to have to compromise with him. But he doesn't want this other Pokemon, so he can have it. And so on, after hearing, Weedle. Caterpie then shoots string out, everyone's surprised, and then Cocoon appears around him, and he finally evolves into Metamon. That's just exciting, and I had to be worried about him attacking. Gary also explains that Metamon can't defend himself at all, and should probably just let him rest, and probably try to evolve when he's ready. He says he hears it takes a while for Caterpie to just evolve into a Metamon to even evolve in the first place. Ash sees Gary and decides to let him grow his own time. But Ash can ask how is he going to repay him for that? Gary says he has Pokemon ears when they want, and it was a gift from his dad, so he might want it himself. He then grabs out and hands it to Ash. Ash then curious what it is, and Gary says, "Come on, see it." And Ash then throws it, releasing a Pidgey, flying the sky like a soldier, trying to look very awesome indeed. So when he gets on Ash's shoulder, Ash is excited to meet Pidgey, and he asks where is Spearow. So on, Gary says he choose him out, he's gonna want it, and his dad said he didn't want to trade it because after being submitted to the new event, Team Rocket, he didn't want to do it Pidgey anymore, so he didn't have it when he took Spearow, but they're on the wall, and decided to camp out and rest in the Viridian Forest, then leave. They also meet Samurai then, who then challenges Gary and Ash because they're both sons of legends, and his main goal is to beat 10 Kanto trainers from Pallet Town, indeed, so he can enter a league someday. Gary challenges first with a mystery Pokemon on his team he found. They didn't really reveal to Ash yet, trying to keep some secrecy to himself. Gary then sends out Pidgeotto versus Pinsir. Pinsir then attacks, while Gary orders Pidgeotto to tackle him. While then, he uses a gust, afraid of the action that might happen. So on, Samurai then tells Pinsir to go into there, and so on. Pinsir then goes in to use Guillotine. And then, so on, uses Excessor in that moment. However, Gary tells Pidgeotto to use Gust again. From sheer willpower, Gary then sends Pinsir flying up in the air. But, Samurai then tells Pincer to use guillotine up in the air, crashing into Pidgeotto, who then Gary told exactly to use Quick Attack in that moment. And so on, Pidgeotto evolves. Pincer is almost there and it's about to fade, and then finally falls. However, Gary then returns Pidgeotto after seeing some injuries. Then he sends out So on Squirrel. Then So on Samurai sends him his, well, his shiny Metapod. So on, that's his starter Pokemon in this timeline. Gary then tells Squirrel to use Bite, and he does. However, Samurai then tells Metapod to use String Shot, cocooning Squirrel into a ball like we saw in the anime with Jesse and James. However, Gary tells Squirtle to use Water Gun multiple times, then makes it rain like Rain Dance, and so on. This is where Metapod was cracked, so he decided to return him, and so now it's a battle between Larvesta and Gary's new Pokemon they revealed now to be a Spinarak. They battle it out. Both are trapped in the string by using String Shot. However, Samurai tells Larvesta to use Emperor itself, burning him, but getting him out of the string almost fully. Then, so on, Larvesta is told to use Ember once more and attack Spinarak in the string, burning him badly and knocking him out. Samurai apologizes for that, still wasn't trying to hurt him that badly, just trying to win, because this was his final one to enter the league. However, then, the battle is cut short because multiple Beedrill attacked them. So when they all run away quickly, well, Samurai, saying this was his bad, decides to bring him to his house quickly, telling him he must run now. Finally, they all survive and decide to take a break and heal all their Pokemon. Samurai is always prepared with a medical kit and then puts, well, some bandages on and brings some ink recovery stuff that will heal Metapod from his cracks, hoping he won't have a damaged body when he vaults into a Butterfree. Then, Samurai then brings a burn heal out of the packet he has. Then Gary is asked to hold it. Samurai then used the burn ointment to heal Spinarak for a little bit until he gets to Nurse Joy. Then Pidgeotto is a little injured, decides to stay out. Ash, Gary, and Samurai agree they have to deal with this now, but Gary is told to stay in here because he has the most Pokemon that aren't injured, and believes he's the superior trainer because they haven't finished the battle yet, because he also defeated Pince so easily. Gary then is annoyed, but decides to wait patiently with Squirrel. They decide to study and play video games because this place has a lot of that stuff. So on, Ash and, well, Pikachu are chilling out, and Samurai's questioning, why doesn't he fight more? He explains he does fight, but he's trying to train his Pokemon. Samurai is okay with that, but is annoyed that he talks so high and mighty a little bit on that situation. However, then a Cypher attacks him. Ash is panicking, and Samurai is about to die, he thinks. Pikachu is waking up and uses a red Thunderbolt. Well, he mastered that a little bit. It's not perfect, so they're not allowed to use that often. Scyther is paralyzed and unconscious. Ash asks, well, Samurai to capture Scyther. Samurai is quiet doesn't he catch it, because he explains he doesn't really want on his team, and so on. Samurai saw it first, and he wants him to have it. Samurai is grateful and thinks about how he should finally put loyalty to someone. He then catches it, and then bows to Ash with his sword down, pledging loyalty, calling him now Shogun. Ash accepts it, but is reluctant to, well, the whole situation. Well, they now find a bunch of Kakuna, and Samurai asks to be careful in the situation because they don't want to hurt any of the Kakuna. Because someone then, multiple Beedrill attack them. Ash then orders Metapod to come out, because that's the only Pokemon he thinks is the best situation for this. And so on, wants to increase experience. And so on, while Samurai then sends out Pinsir. They battle it out. So on, Ash then tells Metapod to use Sting Shot, figuring they might as well use this defense for something, while Samurai is attacking. It's sort of a situation where they're both working together in a tag team situation, and this is very easy for them almost. However, when Pinsir used Guillotine, he then jumped off, but then, so on, well, Beedrill attacked him, but while that happens, again, Pinsir is attacked, almost poisoned, and so on. Then a Weedle appears, attacking Pikachu, poisoning him. Ashton tries to save Metapod from being attacked, and so on. Then, almost before he dies, so on, Butterfree evolves, and so on. When Kakuna is about to attack, so on after Pikachu is poisoned and being healed by Samurai with an antidote, Pikachu is about to attack, but then Butterfree uses sleep power to knock them all out. And so on, they're panicking right now, but glad one of them's locked up, and, well, they're worried about the Weedle, so they decide to bring it with them. After all, Samurai needs one last Pokemon for his journey right now, and catches Weedle, seeing that its special ability is from an evolved form of Beedrill. Ash lets Pikachu rest on his head, and then they both leave, with, well, Weedle caught, and so on, he's part of the team. Samurai is worried about this, but decides to leave it alone for now, worried about any problems they'll have later. So Ashton hands a berry to Pikachu to let him eat. They then meet the king or alpha Pokemon of the Beedrill. So on, he knows Ash has one of his kids along with Samurai. And so on, they send him to battle, because then Weedle demands that they leave him alone for good, and try to be more peaceful to humans at least, because they're not really trying to hurt them. Beedrill's arrogant tone is like Gojo, or in fact that Baki guy. So when they didn't battle, they both attack with their stingers. Then Weedle grabs on, uses Bug Fight, and is tossed off. So on. Weedle then uses Sludge Bomb, then poisons Beedrill. However, Beedrill is trying to get out right now, while Weedle explains his smug tone, and so he says he's no longer his father. But then, the Beedrill tried to intervene for their alpha, but he refused, explaining the honor of the Beedrill is on the line. But then, Weedle then evolves too into Kakuna. They all battle in the situation as their Buddhas. It's like Buddha worshipping them, so on, bowing to him. The Beedrill then bow respectfully, letting both of them have their kids. Samurai and Ash come back while Gary is healing the Pokemon and only has Scar as right now until he gets to the Pokemon Center. Samurai apologizes for the problems with Metapod and apologizes for that, believing that he can be better if he tries. He then joins them fully. They didn't make it to the Pokemon Center almost until they meet not yet, my bad. So on, they all go to the Pokemon Center and destroy and scold some of you, but then says they check out. As Jordan goes to a different uniform, to deal with the problems more effectively. She then heals Spinarak's wounds, and so on says not to battle for a while. Pidgeot looks pretty fine, she says, but goes wild a little, and so on. Well, she sends out her Wiglet of you sing, and is then asleep. But she has her surgery and fixes him up a little. Samurai then brings his pincer out and says she's pretty fine except for a few wounds, and then bandages him up after some ointment. She then scolds him for letting his Metapod get hurt that badly. He accepts and apologizes for it. She sees that he's a bit of a veteran, and so on let it slide, but still angry about it. And so on. She has to admit, though, that the healing medicine and supplies he uses was very expertise, to a point of a mid-tier doctor. Ashton sends his Pikachu in, and so on. He's healed easily because there's not much damage, and so on. She's impressed by this. Ashton said it was all Samurai's doing on the matter. Ashton checks Butterfree out, and was a bit worried, but is pretty fine so far. She then scolds Ash for letting his his Weedle get this hurt, and so on. Bandages him up pretty badly, like he's being, like he was broken everywhere, and he had to put bandages everywhere, like a cast. Ash and his dad meet his Pikachu, and Ash is excited, and so on. Red then says that, so on, Gary's dad would like to meet him, and Ash says Samurai's not here yet. My bad. Samurai, your winner is gone, but just train a little. Ash mentions Samurai and how he's working for him now. Redon explains exactly how he met his workers, and so on. Tells him it's time to train a little. Gary then goes to the library, but Samurai then comes and says it's an honor to meet Red. He is now a loyal servant to him, calling him Grand Shogun. until he dies, maybe. The next Grand Shogun. And says Shogun, he will be training on his own for a little bit in Viridian Forest, but we'll meet them up soon. And so on, he agrees to that. Ashton says tells him to be careful and leave all the Beedrill evolution line alone. He agrees to that, and so on they leave. Ash then shows his Pokemon to Red. Red's impressed by 4 in a row already. It was just like him, but he had 5, he mentioned. And so on, he sends out his Pokemon. He then sent out his Butterfree, his powerful Pidgeot, and his shiny Beedrill that battled with him all the way. And so he decided to let him take a break. Pikachu's excited as well, and they all meet their evolutionary masters for this situation. This is like with Aang, with his avatar master of, well, for air, Monkeyatsu. So Pidgey is very excited for this. And so on. Well, for Butterfree, it's, well, different. Because Butterfree, from Ash's side, is excited, but Red's Butterfree is more of a motherly figure, just like, Katara with Grangaran until after her mother died. Beedrill is the alpha, and someone says the weak have no right to talk. It's basically a Johnny and Lawrence situation with him. So they decide to train. So they battle a little with Sky tactics, revealing that they both are good with physical attacking. So when they attack with their claws, mastering, almost close combat. But Ash doesn't know that move yet, because he was kept secret, since this is still Kanto and they can't learn new moves like that. So when they battle, they then send in Butterfree, battling it out. They both use Gust, and so on, attack in different angles. They're basically doing marksmanship, and Butterfree is winning. However then, Beedrill said it's not really right to fight, but Red says it might be the best option to help him train. They didn't fight, but so on he tries to be careful. And, well, Kakuna isn't making it far, but it's then time for the grand finale for them. So on, they both battle it out. Pikachu battle it out. Pikachu then uses his signature powerful attack, where he focuses his right arm into a Sharingan-like situation, while then Ash tells Pikachu to go straight forward with lightning he has into a quick attack. They can tackle it out, explosion happens, but Pikachu is wounded, but still standing under sweat, while Pikachu is unconscious. He then asks his dad if, well, Samurai can join him, because he really wants Samurai to be part of the family in a way, just like the Free are. Where then smiles and says it's a good thing. So he's glad that Ash didn't get arrogant after all the time he's been through being born the son of Red. Gary then makes it to his dad. His dad is saying it took him long enough, but Gary says he came, didn't he? They have a strained relationship, because Gary's dad is always at, well, Viridian City taking jump challenges most of the time, so he doesn't really talk to his son. He then reveals his secret laboratory in the Peter's museum, because they really do research here in this secret situation to study fossil Pokemon and try to revive the ancient Pokemon of the past that were even more extinct after a situation in Paldea, after Sada's incident. And so on, they do it. They study, but Gary thinks he's too better sometimes. And so on, they didn't go to the gym. Gary is excited since it's Squirtle, but is excited to see Blastoise for once, because he never really brought his Pokemon over that often. Gary demands to see Blastoise now to battle, and Blue is reluctant, and sends out Blastoise. Blastoise in his smug, cool avatar look is excited to meet, well, Squirtle. They then swim around the water, working on that. Then they have a battle to see who's better, and so on, they battle it out. For Blue, it's Squirtle all the way, while it's so on Blastoise for him. They then both use Water Gun, Bubble, while Gary then tells Squirtle to use Bite. Well then, Blue decides to use his own technique of Rapid Spin to defend himself. Squirtle then breaks his teeth almost, was then attacked with a Surf, knocking out Squirtle in the air. Gary is worried, but decides to, let Squirtle rest. Well, This is going to be a mentorship like, well, like a father relationship, I mean. And someone they didn't train. Gary then takes a test thinking he's good, but then automatically fails with 0 wrong. He's upset and asks how he failed this badly. He then explains that so on, he's smart but not world smart. He says trust him on that when he learned from his mistakes of being arrogant. Decides to deal with himself. He then studies way more and gets an A finally in his life, but decides to study more after all. And then he studied more. When Gary thought he was finished, he saw that stack and was more panicked and did a gulp like you see in the anime where he says, "Well, I'm dead," and so on. They do it. Squirrels then, well, being dictatorshiped into swimming more fastly, sometimes aimed. Then they agreed to bring Samurai along after talking about it. Samurai's excited and tells Shogun he is ready for battle, and someone Ash is excited for him to train with him. But Redden says Samurai can't look like that all the time, and decides to get him a makeover. Since he was dirt poor, he understands what it's like, so he decides to get Samurai a good look over. They didn't make it to the mall. The mall, yes, and so on. They look around. Samurai is curious, though. What to wear? He wants to impress and look good. He then comes out with his sword still in hand, with his cool white hair. They're impressed by his style over, but Samurai's excited to even get ready for battle, and is excited to serve Shogun even more. So when they didn't make it to the cavern they usually go to, so on, he's then told to train, and so on, Samurai unsettled Cypher attacks Protect Sixer after Jill uses rollout. The storm then stands up, Pierce, but Jill is knocked out, and it's easy for him. Samurai returns Cypher, then he sends in Larvesta. Larvesta is asleep. He's then woken up exactly by Samurai. He then gets ready for battle, and then they then battle a Rhyhorn. So on, he then tells, Larvesta to use Ember in a very powerful form, and so on almost burns him, but so on Rhyhorn tanks it, then uses a Giga Impact, knocking Larvesta into the sky, and so on. Well, Samurai's worried and decides to let him rest, apologizes, and asks what he did wrong. Then, Rhyhorn's about to attack, once again. Redden sends out Charizard to deal with this. His longtime partner and starter, they battle it out. So on, Red tells Charizard to use Seismic Toss, then throws him down, knocks him out. He then tells Flint that he has to really work on that power. After, someone, they ask where's Flint if he's the person they're talking about. Charizard looks cool and says it's good to see Ash, like a fatherly bond. He then, pats Ash on the head. Flint then apologizes for any problems he caused, and someone explains that he was trying to work out that problem so he can finally atone for what he did. He then explains he's going to finally apologize to his son and take over the gym. They then see it. They didn't take the elevator, didn't make it, seeing Gary getting his first badge with his war total.